Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, we're breaking down Tyceno'S $10,000 wager on 2K20 from a couple days ago, so I hope y'all enjoy. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Let's try this video 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours. And shout out to my guy. We go back a couple months, I made a detailed video breaking down his gameplay just overall, like from all different types of games, all different types of wagers, and I just compiled them all into one video. So in today's video, we're breaking down specifically this $10,000 wager. I cut up about 30 to 40 plays, put them all in a video of my own, and we're gonna go ahead and just break that down on some film study stuff. Now listen, it's gonna be pauses, rewinds, so if you're not prepared for that, be ready for it, alright? If you wanna watch the actual wager in the actual video, he will be uploading a video very soon, probably within like a day of me uploading this, or if you wanna check out the recent broadcast, you can look at the entire stream for itself. So like I said, feel free to drop him a follow on the Twitch, feel free to drop him a sub on the YouTube. Let's help him on the road to 1 million subs. Obviously just my viewers cannot help him get to 1 million subs, but obviously we can help contribute along the way. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Alright y'all, so into the film room we go. Now I want you guys to know I obviously am biased towards Tyceno. This is my boy. I don't really know either of these guys right here. So I'm not, obviously my rooting interest in this series was Tyceno, but I do want you guys to keep in mind, I'm going to be singing the praises of Tyceno, I'm going to be singing the praises of the other point guard, I'm going to be talking about Z and what he was doing well, and also give them all constructive criticism as to what I feel like they could make adjustments on and do better. So just keep in mind, all of this is just to talk and just give IQ based viewpoints on all this stuff, so I hope y'all enjoy. Now, this is the first game one of the series, first play of the game. This dude low-key cooked him up and he hit the white. Now I just wanted to, you know, kind of just talk about that right there. So let's talk about this. Right here, this is Tyceno hitting a little quick stop. Now you're gonna see later in the series, there were some times where I feel like he could have got shots like these off, but one thing that Tyceno does more than a lot of people is obviously the fading off the pick and rolls and stuff like that. You don't see him do too much of the like pick and roll from the top and stuff like this, but when done properly, I mean, them quick stops are so beautiful. Like, look at that. Just shoot through the window. So as far as an actual breakdown goes, early on in the series, the big man was playing pretty low. They were playing front back defense where the guard was going to fight through screens and then the big was going to step up in case Tyceno hits the fades and stuff like that, or in situations where it's more evident that he's going to get wide open. Like this one was kind of, you know, just by surprise. But anyway, you get the deal. This is how you punish front back defense. Quick stops, beautiful quick stop right here too. He shoots, gets the green like that. Z gets a nice little rebound lane in case he did miss. Now, this is defense right here. I want to talk about this. This is ISO defense, right? You're watching him play this, and you're seeing he's like trying to wall him off from the paint. Now, as soon as he sees the big come up and set the screen on this like second little set right here, now you're going to see he's going to wall off the screen. This is beautiful defense. I love this stuff. And the fact that he's doing it with a PLAYSHARP at 6'3" or 6'4", I think he's 6'3", but anyway, the fact that he's doing it with his build as well, it's crazy. He actually does have great defensive stick skill. It's just that his build obviously lacked it. And now that he hit legend, it actually does have a little bit of defensive ability. But anyway, you can see he walled him off from the screen. He knew the point guard was trying to move toward the pick, so he takes that side away from him. If he moves to the right, Z can pick him up, and then Tyceno has the backside for the pick and pops, maybe some pick and rolls. It might get tough if the big hits a slip off of that, but still. The fact that, you know, he was walling off the defense and stuff like that too, gets the jump ball, and then, you know, bro, this is kind of funny right here too. I thought this was pretty comedy. And then speaking of funny, I have some live commentary too. So he was kind of talking about like, oh, this dude's defense isn't really on anything. I'll just let this play out.
Bro, too easy. If you get that, huh? Maybe it's not too easy. Good block.
All right, I had to add those in. But anyway, now back to the actual breakdown, right? Now this right here is beautiful. So you're gonna see, I'm gonna break this down a little bit slow. He comes off this screen. I don't know how he thinks to do this stuff. Low-key, maybe he was trying to do a spin jumper for all I know, but this is a beautiful spin lay as far as the layups go. Look at this. I mean, bro, like, I like to think that I'm a pretty good slasher myself, and I don't even think to be doing the spin lays or anything because the hop dunks are just so OP. But anyway, y'all get the deal. So into this clip, this is where the critiquing starts a little bit. So I just want Tyceno to understand. I already DM'd him too. I was like, listen, I got a little bit of constructive criticism in here. It's all love, and I promise I'm just, you know, speaking on it to try to help him become a better player, and he probably knows about most of this stuff too at the end of the day. So it's not like I'm teaching him something he doesn't know, but I do want to offer some reminders. Now, one thing that makes Tyceno very different from a lot of point guards is that he uses the silver quick draw. The fact that he can overcome this in a lot of situations is crazy, but this is one situation where obviously having it a little higher would definitely help. This right here to a lot of point guards looks like a wide open shot. Even for him, it still could be, and this is where Tyceno, I want to say, to make up for this, you could probably hit some more quick stops off of this, and he kind of did an animation where it like fully follows through, right? And just fully sizes up. Whereas with the flick down quick stop with the right stick, you can stop on a dime and shoot the ball. He did a hezzy off of the move right here, so he could have done like the just let go of everything and get the quick stop off too. And that could easily supplement the whole silver quick draw thing. And I don't really think it's that noticeable, in my personal opinion, that he has silver quick draw. But anyway, you get the deal. This probably should have been a whole lot easier of a shot to make under a couple different circumstances, just if he would have hit the quick stop or if he did have a different quick draw level. But I don't think it's the biggest deal. And then for every critic of Tyceno with the silver quick draw, he shuts them all up with shots like this, with the off dribble hop jumpers like this. The very next shot he's gonna hit a standstill shot, and then the one after that he hits a spin jumper. All 3 clips in a row, like 3 plays. And granted, like I said, these are against good competition. They're against good people. He doesn't just do this stuff playing around for fun. He actually uses these moves in competitive situations. Like, look at this one right here. He literally crabs the dude with the spin jumper, and he didn't get him completely sealed off. He still got to lightly contest, but that's just insane. Like, for him to be able to pull off shots like that is absolutely wild. So the next 5 or so clips are all from game 3. I want to show Z some love with this clip right here. So you can see they already switched it once. The big man is on Tyceno, the point guard is on Z. So anytime Tyceno comes near Z is where this point guard is going to try to switch back up to him, and the point guard is probably expecting his big to drop down to Z. But the thing with Z is he's an outside big. He could pop over to this corner at any given moment. He could pop over to the right wing at any given moment. He could slip down the middle at any given moment, or he could just stay at the top. You never know where he's going. The end destination is never clear with these outsides. Because like I said, any given moment, Z could flare out to this left corner and point guard has to follow him over there. Big man should be up a little higher, but the big is probably thinking to drop and thought that the point guard was going to stay with. The long story short is, there was 2 guys around Tyceno. Z sees that. He drops, is probably crashing for offensive rebound as well. But just look at this. I mean, it freed him up completely, and they both follow him. And that will happen with just random cuts. Miscommunications completely happen. Now, peep this. This is just a crazy kill. Hits the spin out of the triple threat. Hits a hop back with the hop jumper and greens that. It's just like, bro, this dude is so different. Look at this dude feeling himself after that shot. And I don't even blame him. But anyway, speaking of feeling himself, he takes this shot right here, off dribble 3, hits the hop jumper, and, you know, has the big man trailing on him. I will say, this is probably a good look. I shouldn't critique this too much, so I won't talk on it too long. But I will say, you could probably get a nice little rescreen slip off, and we'll talk about that later in the video, but I don't want to talk about it right now too much because it just wasn't exactly the best example to show. And then he still gets the ball back, greens it from the corner, and so it is what it is. And then look at this dude's defense lately since he hit legend. I swear, he's been on some different stuff. Look at this, chase down, almost snatch block on the big man, and then the next clip, Z gets a snatch block as well right here, and this was a game-saving block. Now, unfortunately, he kicks out. Tyceno tries to get the 3 off, and unfortunately full whites it. Now, I don't understand, like, guys, you guys understand this, right? Like, full white means that you timed the shot as well as you possibly could. The game just decided for it to not go in, and that would have won the game right there. So that is just literally 2K, you know, deciding not to let them win, pretty much, and that's just how it is. Now, the chat started like talking about like, oh, you sold, like, how could you how could you miss that shot? Like I said, it's a game related thing. That's not his fault. So I just want to like clarify that to people. Like I said, I mean, bro, like, how are people actually thinking that? Anyway, so fast forward to game 5. Tyceno's up 3-1 in the series. This is elimination game, and this is where the other team starts going crazy with their backs against the wall. Now, I want to show you guys this. This is the pick and pop slip that I absolutely love. Now, this right here targets these guys as 2 defenders. Tyceno obviously wants to be on the perimeter. Z wants to be on the interior. And when point guards drive off of these screens, it makes it really, really hard to communicate this stuff. So you're going to see, obviously, you know, Z sees Tyceno trailing. He's like, I don't know if he's going to get the chase down block. So then, boom. Point guard knows that stuff, right? Because he sees both of them dropping. This is the pick and pop slip. He didn't even hit Tyceno with a pick, but he just, as the point guard drives and Tyceno's behind the point guard, this big man kicks out. Now, the way to remedy this is for Tyceno to see that coming. He waits, he like pretty much gives the point guard a drive, and Z would pick him up. But the problem with that is that you give up easy mid-ranges, and we're here to talk about that a whole lot with the rest of this series. Real quickly, just want to show props to Tyceno's defense again. I don't know how he just knew this dude was going to go right, but he sets it up, goes for the charge, and honestly, that charge is a huge aspect of defense in this game. Now, this clip right here, we got like a 3-round burst, right? I just want to show you guys what Tyceno does on the inbounds, and I think it's genius, all right? So he comes vertical, right? He just goes super high, then drifts into the inbounds so that it's always just a clean pass. You're gonna see it on the third one right here too, where, and he doesn't score, he actually gets blocked on the third one, but you get the deal. It's always the same exact thing in the inbound. He's gonna come vertical, then move horizontal, and Z is gonna pass to him as he's moving horizontal like that. And it's easy, seamless transitions where you can just easily like move off inbound. And I find so much interesting with that. Like, I rarely ever do that with my PGs on the twos, and really we need to, because that is a massive thing. It really helps you, because you're gonna see later in this game, not executing on the inbound is awful. Like, it just sets you back and takes so much time away. I want to show some love to Z on this possession, because this is perfect defense. So you're gonna see great hedge. He takes away anything from the point guard. They pass it down to the big man. He's on top of that. And then you're going to see the shot clock. So it's down to 4.4. The point guard's moving across the perimeter, comes up and tries to hit, like, you know, Tyceno with a little, I would say more of like a dex pretty much. He's getting him stuck, but he's not setting a screen. It's like an on-ball screen pretty much, where Tyceno might get stuck on this, and if Z doesn't pick this up, then it might just be an easy three-pointer. You can see that's exactly what it would have been. And then you can see the shot clock still at 1.2. If he gets this shot off and actually hits rim, there's a pretty good chance that the big man will get the rebound on Tyceno, but he gets a block on top of that, and that's just a great outcome. Like, that was perfect defense. All right, so very subtle critiquing for both of them. When you see this, you're going to know exactly how this possession went wrong. We all know, Tyceno knows, Z knows, that it was just that he should have passed out to this, right? And Tyceno knows this was his mistake that he made. He shouldn't have shot this shot. However, I do want to speak to Z. Z is very passive, and he doesn't talk over Tyceno a whole lot. And granted, it is the Batman and Robin effect. You know, Tyceno has a whole lot of subs. He's streaming. Obviously, he wants it to be as entertaining of an experience as possible. But Z's input definitely matters. You need to have great teamwork, great chemistry when it comes to this stuff, and Z should not be afraid to say, like, you know, that he's wide open or something like that, because every extra set of eyes is super important. And I know from both perspectives. Tyceno, it might be even hard for him to understand that that's wide open. Honestly, he might be so locked in on getting the jumper off and, you know, super focused on making the shot. And I know what it feels like with the big, where you don't want to just be in your point guard's ear all day and just be talking to him on things that you feel like should be pretty evident, right? And I'm not trying to critique either of them too much, but like I said, it's always good to have two sets of eyes and two different voices speaking as well. So just keep in mind, as far as Tyceno goes, he already knows what his mistake was right here. This is just a bad shot, and he knows it as well. But for Z, I think the more that he talks, the better. Like I said, two different voices are always good. I'm sure Tyceno would always appreciate your opinion as well. So moving along in this one, I have no clue how this is a 100% smothered contest from a point guard right there. And then you watch this possession. This is where we talk about the defensive miscues, right? So he's going to chase the point guard a little bit. You're going to watch it happen. And then you can see this dude, just like I said, the pick and pop slips are killers. And the way to contradict that and the way to defend it is for Tyceno to always be ready to switch out instead of chase. When he says help or switch to Z, he's always got to remember that you're relying on your big man to play the paint defense right here. If he fades to the mid, this is a whole different situation. It's very hard to deal with. And as far as a little constructive criticism for this point guard, I would say if he were to move this out to the mid-range instead of driving off this, it would make it a whole lot harder for Z to defend that. I would say almost even impossible, because he's going to outrun him to that spot. If he jumps out and contests it, then that's free rebound for his big man, because Tyceno's completely out of position as well. Now, so as for the constructive criticism for Tyceno, I want to show you guys this. So like I said, if the point guard is going to fade, it makes it a whole lot harder. But since he didn't, now you're left with Z going for a chase down block straight to the paint with a point guard who's, you know, pretty short. And I mean, he will have a good chance at dunking this, but there's not much that Tyceno can do about it. So the best thing that he can do is to just be ready to switch out to the perimeter and hope that the point guard does drive off that. Now, like I said, to play that kind of defense where you're doing a whole lot of passing off, and he, like, because for instance, you're going to see he chases him down a little bit. Then as soon as he makes the pass, he realizes, like, oh, that's my bad. And the quicker, sooner, and more ready Tyceno is to switch off of these point guards and onto the bigs, the more this pick and pop drive stuff is completely boxed up. You're just passing people off pretty much. Like, as soon as he leaves the perimeter and goes to the paint, and this guy leaves the paint and comes to the perimeter, just like that, you're just switching the matchups pretty much. It's boom, boom, and boom, boom. Now, I do understand the hesitance of switching off of him in this situation. He's a Hall of Fame shooting build. It's like a BP, the finishing and shooting pie chart. So easily, he could just step back to this corner, and just like that, Z is nowhere to be found. And then he's in no man's land, just wide open in the corner, just like that, for game. But a lot of point guards, they're built like this. He wasn't even thinking to fade off to the mid because he was worried about the big man stepping up. He just noticed that Tyceno was probably going to drop down with him. So he was definitely just anticipating a driving kick off rip. As soon as you are ready to make this rotation and you become elite at this, I promise you, the defense is going to be so nice. Now, that is just for, you know, people who have an outside big and a point guard, it's a whole different story. If you're talking like double ISO and something like that, it's really hard to make the rotations with double ISO because the guy's just standing still. It's not very hard to be like, oh, he's rotating off the corner as I drive and Tyceno completely bails off left wing and runs to right corner. It's not very easy to make those, you know, rotations and adjustments when it comes to ISO. But as far as the pick and pop stuff, you can definitely have your fair share of playing great defense when it comes to that. So their opponents ended up winning game 5. This is game 6 right here. And then early on, I'm just showing to the craftiness of Tyceno. So you're going to see he comes off of here. The big man tries to switch up. He gets the space creator on him, hot zone as well, and just bangs that shot. Now, the next one, you're going to see he does this little spin jumper. And I thought this was so innovative and so crafty. So check this out. He does the spin jumper, right? He does it as if like the big was, he was walling off his ball hand as he was moving this way. I feel like he was maybe gonna even get a bump steal, and he knew that he used it as like a spin move, but it wasn't a dribble move. It was like just, you know, a shot dribble move to some extent. So he spins off the big man. He turns this into a 2v1, and just like that, all he has to do is read this guy. So if he is out here further, easy shot, right? This is easy green for him. Now, for most of us, we don't know how to do spin jumpers, right? So I'm gonna put it like this. It wouldn't have been an easy green for anybody but him, but you guys get the deal. It would have been an easy green for him to make this shot, but since the point guard did drop down, you're gonna see he gets stuck with the shot contest. Z gets wide open off of this. Like I said, super crafty, super innovative. I thought that spin jumper, it was really subtle and something that probably didn't need to be mentioned in this video, but I thought it was something really good to mention. But anyway, as far as the pick and roll defense goes, again, you're gonna see this is exactly what I'm talking about with the passing off and stuff like that. The sooner he is ready to switch out, and in this one, Z was actually a little bit late to the rotation, if anything. But like I said, this all comes with lack of trust, lack of communication, and you guys are a great, great duo. Absolutely have super great chemistry and super great communication. However, when it comes to this defensive stuff, this is one thing that definitely lacks, and I think you guys could easily improve this. You see, Z kind of floats on the pop because he was worried that maybe Tyceno was going to follow, but if they both just trust each other that much more, this is easy defense right here, where Z would have been in the paint because like he wouldn't have drifted over to the right to worry about the pop. He would have been straight in the paint on the point guard. Tyceno would have been super far out on the rim sharp already. That would have been boxed, like I said earlier in the other clip, but nonetheless, Intimidator is Intimidator, so you know, that'll just happen. So in my opinion on this possession, Z played absolutely great defense. I advocate for this 100%. I love playing defense like this, and it's actually super effective the higher your perimeter defense is. So Tyceno gets hit with the pick. He's completely out of this play. If the big man rolls to the hoop, it's a free lob, free dunk, free rebound, whatever it may be. And if Z jumps at the point guard, then like I said, that's even more of a free rebound, free lob, anything. So what Z does right here, and I gotta show mad love to this because I be doing this all the time too myself. I feel like it's so fun and like nice to like actually do this, and it's crazy when it actually is done right. So you're gonna see he runs around the point guard. Is like near him. He gets an 18% shot contest. He does green it. However, if he did miss it, then just like that, he still has rebounding positioning and gets the box out on the big while still getting a shot contest. That is like top level big man play right there that just goes so unspoken by anybody who doesn't notice that stuff, besides me, I guess, but I'm sure a lot of you guys notice it as well. But look at this, beautiful defense. Steps up, gets the somewhat contest. Now granted, he didn't make a miss, I understand that, but nonetheless, that will miss occasionally, and it'll be really good for rebounding situations as well, considering Tyceno was out of the play. Anyway, moving along to this one, this was super next level, all right? Now, this is where we're talking about the defensive rotations, right? Where I was talking about if Z leaves early, if Tyceno leaves early, but this is where it becomes problematic. So you can see he's on left wing, he's on right wing. As soon as he pushes this anywhere, and this guy has good situational awareness too, because how to prevent that is to move away from the point guard instead of trailing in behind him. For instance, if he would have gotten closer, I don't know if the big man noticed this, but I myself as a big would entirely notice this if I was a rim sharp. However, I'm not, so it doesn't even matter. Y'all wait till 2K21. I'll put y'all on to some rim sharp stuff. But anyway, explaining this one. Had the big man floated to the left and Tyceno's already looking to drop off and Z was looking to drop down, it becomes that much easier. Now, since he moved over to the right, it becomes that much harder, where he's making it a much harder rotation for Tyceno to pop out. And just like that, then you're left with a 6'3" point guard trying to defend a BP build that's really good at driving, and it's just a tough situation. I mean, he has contact dunks, he has Hall of Fame finishing badges. Tyceno isn't really built for competing with this stuff in the paint, and that's where the mismatch comes. Now, moving on to the next few clips, this is like high intensity stuff right here, all right? So pretty much this is game 7, right? This is for $10,000. Like if you lose $5,000. If you win, you gain $5,000. So this is a $10,000 swing for just this game to be played. Game 7 of this series. So I want to show you guys this. This is just going to be some Z appreciation clips where he gets the green off right there. However, my boy Z, all right, I got something I really want to put you onto, and I know you're going to be watching this because I'm going to send it to you. So I know you're going to be watching this. Now, check this out. This is where, you know, the one screen is a great idea. It forces the switch. This is where, I don't know if you and Tyceno'S like game plan is to force things like this where he wants to ISO the bigs anyway and you just stay out of the way. Maybe you can like paint mash somebody too because they're just too little. But check this out. When he checks it back out, live commentary.
That's a great no jump. Reset me.
Slipping.
Okay, fine. Ooh!
Alright, so you guys heard the live com. Now I'm going to break this down and how this actually works. So, again, you're going to see they run the screens. They get the big man switched on to Tyceno. He doesn't have anything going, so he comes back out. Now, this is where I'm just not a big fan of the slips if it's anywhere inside the three-point line. I want Z to understand it's very hard to get these off. So I know exactly what Z was going for here, but I want to allow him to understand how to execute this better. So, in my experience with pick and roll and manipulating the defense, honestly, sometimes you'd think slips are more about catching the defense by surprise. You would think like, oh, they're not expecting me to slip down the middle right here. The fact of the matter is, and how this actually works, is that you need this guy to feel comfortable switching on to Tyceno, because you're not trying to catch this guy by surprise and slip past him and like cut past him. You're trying to have this guy rotate up to Tyceno, while at the same exact time, you have to get past this guy in time before he gets up all the way, because then if that's the situation, he just dropped back completely as he is patching Tyceno'S jump shot up. So just like that, then there's nothing. But I do understand you need to have more room with this, however. So what I like to do, and I'm explaining to you guys, is Tyceno should be right wing, Z left wing, and just like that, Z is going to fake the screen. Now, like I said, you have to give this point guard what looks like a good opportunity to switch back onto Tyceno. So that's where the fake the screen comes into play, where, like I said, and I can't really give a good example at the moment, but I'll give you guys a great example a little bit later in this video. I promise you it's going to be probably the best possible example you could possibly see in the vid. So this possession right here is the perfect example of what a slow inbound looks like. So example of what I mean is just like that, 20 seconds before this guy even touches the ball. Now 18 seconds before the point guard even touches it. Now they can't even set up their offense, and it's already 14 seconds on the shot clock just like that. And then with all that said, all they had throughout this whole possession was one look where they could have possibly even scored, and it was in the paint on Tyceno, which would have been an awful look in the first place. But just like that, they're boxed up completely, all because the inbound just straight up took too long. That's what I want you guys to really understand. I talked about that earlier in the vid, where I was just pretty much talking about how, you know, just the ease of Tyceno'S inbounds for the most part and how they have it all figured out is amazing. Also, I wanted to call this out, so I'll let him do the talking.
Back.
Nice, good D.
Come on, no. Nice. Come on, Z.
So you can see toward the end, they sort of got bailed out a little bit as far as like the jump shot just missing, right? But to run this back real quick and allow you guys to understand what's going on right here, like I said, they made the really nice switch. Tyceno calls out dropping back right here, which was fire. Like, it was great adjustment. Like, you know, he sees it coming.
Back.
Boom, pre-switch. Big man is already dropping for the roll. Now you got Tyceno up. That's perfect. Now, this right here, they should have continued the trend, and Z should have been more prepared to drop down to the paint. Tyceno out just like that. However, they both thought the exact same thing. Z stays in, Tyceno follows, and just like that, boom, pick and pop slip. Another styled example right here of the slip problem. So slips are very hard to run with somebody coming from the corner as well. You need a vertical situation. So with the slips, like I said, you got the big man on Tyceno, you got the guard on Z. The slips are very easy to run when you have left wing and right wing. So if Tyceno's more on the left wing right here, you're both in a situation where, you know, it sets up a very good angle. However, when it's run from the corner like this right here, if Z were to pop right down the middle, it's still kind of tough. It's just a really bad angle. It's tough to shoot out of these spots too. I just feel like it's not a good situation, but nonetheless, they get it all to work. Tyceno hits the drive, Z pops out. It was a really weird like makeshift thing. Anyway, nice shot by Z right there. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Had to show my man some love for the crazy clutch shots. That right there, like, bro, this game 7 was just wild. Like, look at this. This dude, he literally missed the dunk, and then Z blocks the dunk off of the miss. I mean, it was just an absolutely wild sequence at the end of this game. So this right here, great defensive play. I'm going to let you guys hear it live.
High.
Yep.
I got box.
46%.
So look at this perfect defense. Z doesn't even put his hands up, gets the 46% contest. By not putting his hands up, he still puts himself in play for the rebound. Now, just doing that alone could still save you a rebound even if Tyceno doesn't snag this box out, but he did get the box out on top of that. And that's just crazy. Like, if that misses, honestly, they probably would have won this game with ease. They get the ball back. He has a little bit of takeover left, and, I mean, they only got 2 more buckets to go. That is a huge shot to hit right there. Contested white, and like I said, Z was in position for the rebound. I feel like he could have still got this board if Tyceno didn't even get the box out on this, but nonetheless, hits the white. So now it's 17-11. Fast forward a little bit more. It's 17-16. This is where the inbound completely gave them problems, and the rotations gave them problems. So again, you can see Tyceno just has no help on the interior, but like I said, Z doesn't want to give up the pops either. So with all that comes just great communication and chemistry that you need. You absolutely need to fix this problem right here. You're gonna see again, drives off inbound. If Tyceno's more ready to pop out to the big man on the outside, and Z is more ready to drop down to the guard driving on the inside, just like that, they have an easy remedy of at least forcing them to make passes, contested threes, stuff like that, potentially just bad shots. And you can see that right there. Oh my God, like, bro, the point guard, he tweaked so bad for this pass right here. Now, bro, for the sake of this dude Dollar, I really hope he's not watching this video, because I'd be so hurt if this was me right here and I was watching this situation. So you already know, if I'm the big man right here, boom, flare out to the right wing, make it hard for anybody to rotate onto me. Just like that, I mean, really, you're stuck with a situation where Z is going to have to contest, like, possibly a step back three right here, and Tyceno's going to have to follow that. Or if you go with the inverse way, Z is completely out of this play, if you want to say that, and then Tyceno has to get a chase down block for game, 20 points with playmaker takeover, and who knows if he even has the speed at that point to get the chase down block. Now, watch what this point guard does. I'd be so hurt if I was this dude. Boom. Pass out of a great opportunity. 14 seconds left on the clock. They already know pick and pops and stuff are coming, so just like that, they box it up. Big man gets stuck on the screen, couldn't roll pop anywhere. 4 seconds left, 3 seconds left, no shots. Z gets the contest. Tyceno really doesn't even get the box out, but it goes long. I mean, it was just a tragic situation right there. Now, this one right here is the offensive end. This is the perfect situation to explain when to slip, and this is like exactly what I was talking about earlier. So Z's on left wing, Tyceno's right wing. Just like this, you see how easy of a slip that could have been. And Z, I don't mean to point anybody out and call anybody out or anything like that, but Z, this would have been an easy time to just drop. You just wait a little bit longer until this point guard looks like he's comfortable to switch up, because you're gonna see what happens. He absolutely does switch up, and just like that, boom, you're home free right there into the paint. But the pick and pop happens, low on the clock, tough situation, nothing really there anymore, and they find their way. They find their way into it. I mean, it still worked out. Now, the other team gets the ball back. It's 22-21. It's game point right now. You can see Z, again, perfect defense, and it finally worked out, where he played the no hands up, no shot contest, anything like that. Granted, he could have in all these situations, because a lot of times, you know, it just worked out for, and he just gets geeked right there. But a lot of these situations, you can see that one went out of bounds, so it wouldn't have even hurt if he did jump in hindsight, but you never know that in the moment. Now, look at this. Beautiful bailout. Point guard is sagging down a little bit, and Z catches him lacking. Bangs the 3-4 game with 3 seconds left on the clock. $10,000 swing. Just like that. That's insane. And I do feel kind of bad for the team, because there were a lot of times in that game 7 where they for sure could have had that. But nonetheless, they fought through. Tyceno pulled that one off, and hey, Z was playing some clutch ball at the end right there too when it comes to the shooting. But really, to address one last thing, and I really want to talk about this with Z, and I hope he knows I don't mean anything against him with this. I just want to turn Z into the best big man he could possibly be, because with the right pick and roll IQ and knowing when to slip, when to pop, when to roll, when to pop slip, when to roll slip, he could be the best big man in this game, and he probably already is, to be completely honest with you. I would love to hop on a Rimsharp and just kind of make YouTube videos and teach you guys exactly what I'm talking about here with like the pick and pop slips and whatnot. But right here, this is when it would be the perfect situation to hit a pick and roll slip, where just like that, you could drop right down. I'm sure if he sees this right now, he's like, you know, just absolutely kicking himself for doing something like that, where he just pops off like that. And I mean, the big on the other team was already probably knowing like this is gonna be easy to just box up, take away the 3 just like that. I mean, it was seamless pass off between the two of them, because like I said, Z, I want you guys to really keep that in mind. I'm gonna talk to the viewers for the most part too. All you ever need with this pick and roll stuff is for this point guard to feel comfortable switching on to Tyceno, aka the point guard. That's all you ever need. And as soon as that happens, you can go. And you need to go quickly too before this guy steals you off as well and, you know, stops you from rolling, and just like that you're completely boxed up as well. But if there's one thing that being an inside big has taught me, it's when to roll, when to slip. That's something you absolutely have to know. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Let's try this one to 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours. And again, shout out to my boy. His video should be up within at least a day of me uploading this video, so just keep that in mind for anybody who may be watching this a little bit later, like after I upload it within a day. Feel free to check out his video as well. Drop a sub on the YouTube, go follow him on Twitch, Twitter, Insta, all that good stuff. And again, shout out to my boy. Thank you for being cool with me actually doing this breakdown, doing some constructive criticism with this as well. That's what I'm majorly most thankful for, because I even hit him up on the Twitter about it. I was like, yo, are you cool with me, you know, giving some constructive criticism, telling you some stuff that I feel like you can improve on? And he was like, absolutely, bro. Anything you want to, I'm always willing to learn. And I appreciate that about him so much. So I hope he and whoever he's running with, whether it be Chris, whether it be Z, whether it be Chico, whether it be Miles Brown, I hope that he puts them onto this stuff and teaches them from a just broad standpoint, or at least puts them onto the video or something like that too, and I can just do the talking. But you guys get the deal. Anyway, I appreciate my boy for being cool with all this. Thank you, big time Tyceno. Like I said, feel free to drop any follows and subs to him. And I'm definitely in his Twitch streams and stuff like that too, if you ever want to stop through and watch his wagers. It's extremely entertaining content. He's one of the only 2K guys I even watch, to be honest with you. So again, shout out to my boy, mad love. Done that. If y'all made it to the very end of the video, put Ty in the comments to show your support that you made it all the way through. Hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.